Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the October 10th, 2020 edition of Pro Wrestling Throwdown. I'm Caleb Black. That's Luke the Big Dog Williams.
Luke, I'm not sure you're wearing that correctly.
Y'all said I had to wear a mask. You didn't say how. So, see, I told you these things were dangerous.
That's our in-studio producer, the Mighty Max Fury, and it is time for the Week in Review.
I think I broke Max.
We are talking about this week. Raw, SmackDown, AEW, NXT.
We seriously are.
The good stuff, the bad stuff. There was some bad stuff.
There was some good stuff.
There was some good stuff. We will talk about the draft in the video after this, so we're only going to cover a couple things about the draft, and then we'll do a really in-depth conversation about the draft in the next video. Let's talk about some high points from Monday Night Raw.
High points from Raw, the Murphy turn.
Yes.
We've waited for it. Finally, they pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah, it's time.
Unfortunate as to the way the draft comes in.
Yeah.
But
well, and we can highlight some of the points here. Seth Rollins got drafted to SmackDown, and so did Murphy.
And so did the Mysterios.
Which is a shame, because I really wanted Murphy to get drafted and have a really solid opportunity at being a singles guy.
Yeah, see, I think that Raw missed the boat on this.
Yeah.
I think that he would have fit in pretty good with, like, the Bobby Lashley United States title.
You remember, those matches he was having with Aleister Black were some of just the best TV matches they'd had in a very long time. Hard-hitting, believable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, most certainly.
So, it's a real shame that that's over. But we'll see what happens. Well, that's not even a Raw thing. That happened on SmackDown. But either way, Murphy turned, which is a good high point. What are some other things we saw on Monday Night Raw?
We saw, let's see here.
Randy Orton watch my video.
Randy Orton, his promo did entail about how it took five people to beat him.
I inspired him to do that promo.
You think Randy Orton's a fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I love Randy.
I know you're a fan, Randy. I love you, man.
We should do a deep dive on Randy Orton one day. Mm-hmm. Just get into Randy Orton's career. Talk about all the good stuff.
You should do that sometime.
Okay, first of all,
I will do that.
First of all, I have been the biggest Randy Orton fan in this room
You are a liar.
this whole time.
You are
out of your mind.
You are a liar.
You have lost it, sir. Sir.
That is besides the point.
Okay, hold on. We're getting off track.
Yeah. I'm a big Randy Orton fan.
Mustafa Ali coming out as the head of Retribution.
I guess. Was he? Now he obviously that means he was the hacker.
Yes, they actually alluded to that on Twitter. We knew that's how it was going to go anyway.
I just don't give a shit about Retribution.
I think this is a good catalyst for Mustafa Ali to see if he has the credibility to be.
Considering they've already taken one of the members out and put him back on NXT.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, the two girl members have done nothing. Since being in Retribution, they've done nothing.
Yeah.
The only reason that they had girls in Retribution to begin with is so that they could have them jump other female superstars so it didn't look bad on the company.
No, I get it. We'll see. We'll see if it gets any better, I guess.
I think that with Mustafa Ali being now that we actually have somebody who's calling the shots.
Yeah.
That isn't wearing a Bane mask, I think will be good.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's see. There really wasn't much that happened on Raw other than that, honestly.
Talk a little bit about NXT. The Best Friends are now the number one contenders for the AEW tag team titles.
On AEW.
Yeah, on AEW.
No,
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm talking AEW. FTR defeated, who's it, Jack Evans and...
the hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Evans and Angelico.
Angelico, that's his name. Solid little tag match, wasn't bad.
No.
The TNT title dog collar match between Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes.
I can think of something other that relates to dog that match was.
Very impressive.
Was the most boring dog collar match I've ever seen in my life.
I wanted to put it in a bag and put it on fire.
Call the shit poop.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
It just wasn't good. It was slow. It was... The chain was not used in a believable way. They were loose. Brody Lee's kept falling off. I don't know.
I tell you what, I'm going to reserve my opinion, and I'm going to reserve my opinion to myself. I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to give Cody Rhodes
Give Cody a chance.
and Brody Lee an opportunity to explain to me how blading 3 minutes into a match makes sense.
I will say it was kind of...
If they can make it make sense, I'll give it a 5-star like Meltzer.
Watching Cody dump the blade through the apron was kind of creative. Or the ring skirt. Was a little creative.
The best thing about the dog collar match was the Arn Anderson spinebuster.
Yeah. Yeah, he still got it.
That's it.
Fuck you, member of the Dark Order that got a spinebuster. Ciao.
Alex Reynolds.
Yeah, Alex Reynolds. They did celebrate the 30 years of Chris Jericho. They had a bunch of vignettes, a bunch of different guys.
Main event was the Chaos...
Chaos Initiative? Is that...
Chaos something.
Yeah.
Against Hager and Jericho. Luther and Serpentico.
Luther and Serpentico.
Match wasn't that good.
No, Luther is not athletic.
For them to be like, this match is 30 years in the making, could have took about 10 more years.
I could have waited another 10.
It was raw.
Yeah, not in a good way.
No, like, it needed a little bit more cooking.
Yep.
Gordon Ramsay would have told them to fuck themselves.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Would have put that match between their ears between that match and called them an idiot sandwich.
The young Bucks keep walking around super kicking people, which makes no sense.
I don't even get me started.
Hangman Adam Page has joined the tournament for the title.
For the title that's going to
title shot
end in Full Gear or whatever.
It put out a press release on social media about his intentions on joining the tournament.
Yeah.
That were so worked as him being drunk when he wrote them.
So dumb. It's so...
It's old. It's getting old really fast.
Number one, okay? All right, fine. He's an alcoholic. Let's pretend that we believe that. Let's pretend for a minute that that's what's happening, okay? Why is he drinking all the time, every single second, on air? Because even the worst of alcoholics typically don't do that. And obviously, he has to be a functioning alcoholic. Otherwise, he's not going to be a full-time wrestler.
I'm also going to state this for the fact, I don't give a shit. Not a fiddler's fuck. Seriously, not a fiddler's fuck about who's a singles wrestler and who's a tag team wrestler.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
The Kenny Omega babbling about, a tag team wrestler like Adam Page can join the tournament because a tag team wrestler might be able to get far in a singles tournament, a singles wrestler tournament like Adam Page.
Yeah,
I don't care.
It's contrived. It's stupid, and it doesn't.
It makes someone like, okay, we're talking the cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
You're making him out to be an 8th grade bully.
Yeah.
That hasn't got his way.
And who clearly, doesn't
it's horrible.
Have the real life capacity to be a bully anyway.
Make the video game and knock it the fuck off.
give us the AEW video game.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
Impact. Not a whole lot going on there, just more build to Bound for Glory.
Pretty much.
Which is shaping up to be pretty all right. Chris Bay, Raheem Raju, TJP, and not Angelus Lane, Jordan Grace, and I think one other person. Or now it's a multi-person scramble for the X Division title.
6-person scramble.
Yeah, for the X Division Championship, the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match to
the
determine
titles.
the Impact Tag Team Champion, and also Rich Swann, number one contender for Eric Young's Impact title.
Do you think that Rich Swann will have his girlfriend around ringside?
Oh, don't.
Or will he have her taped up in the back? It's a serious question.
Oh.
The man was brought up on charges.
I don't think
it actually happened.
Wow.
Like, a lot of the stuff I say doesn't really happen. This actually happened.
I know.
Him and Alberto are friends.
Oh,
They are.
It's not a nice thing.
They are friends.
I don't care. They're both pieces of shit, I guess. Anyway.
Ricardo Rodriguez got out when the getting was good.
SmackDown. Or no, let's talk NXT first. Ridge Holland is now out with injuries.
Big waste.
As well as Kyle O'Reilly, as well as Finn Balor.
Well, those weren't waste.
Yeah.
That was great.
Finn Balor is not going to be out indefinitely. They'll both be back, but they're like the Ridge Holland angle was supposed to set up, I imagine, somewhere like the UK wrestlers banding around to keep the title on Finn, which would ultimately lead to Walter or something like that.
Danny Burch went for a crossbody off the apron, was caught. As he caught him, his leg went Didn't go backwards, didn't go forwards. Went sideways from the knee down. Screaming, put on a stretcher. I mean, it was hard to watch. I wouldn't say it was Sid Vicious worthy, but pretty close.
That's such a crazy shit.
I think, honestly, the best gimmick going on right now in NXT that I get the most enjoyment out of, because I like a little comedy in wrestling. Drake Maverick wanting to be a tag team with Killian Dane is some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because he keeps getting him booked in tag matches, and Killian Dane's like, we're not a tag team. And Drake just is completely oblivious and is like, I can't wait till you hear our tag team when we go to the ring. And when they go to the ring, they got the tag theme going, and Drake's all dancing, and Killian's just like... It reminds me of Balls Mahoney and Spike Dudley.
Spike Dudley, yeah. Well, I talk about it all the time. I'm a huge fan of strange bedfellow tag teams. And I think this is one that's really going to get over and be entertaining. Real quick, talking SmackDown, before we get to the draft video, Roman Reigns has given the terms, the stipulation for Hell in a Cell with him and Jey Uso. It's going to be an I Quit match for the WWE Championship.
Within the
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That is going to, if it's anything like the last match they had, it's going to be a fucking barn burner.
It's going to be epic. Also, we've got officially announced after the SmackDown match between Bayley and Sasha Banks, went about 5 minutes and we had a chair shot finish.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the SmackDown title inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that too. We'll finally get that, because those two
We'll get the blow off.
Yeah, and they're going to beat the hell out of each other.
What's going to happen, I think, is Sasha Banks being that, spoiler alert, Sasha Banks going to stay on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I bet to Monday night on Raw, they announced that the women's champion, Bayley, is going to go to Raw, and then, of course, she's going to drop the title to Sasha.
The Big E Sheamus match was everything the dog collar match wasn't.
It was fantastic.
They beat the hell out of each other. And then, of course, the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston win the SmackDown Tag Team titles, only to have the most heartbreaking end of an era.
I'm going to have to talk about it during the draft.
We'll talk about it during the draft. But that match, that street fight was holy shit.
Yes.
Holy shit good.
Lars Sullivan returns.
Lars Sullivan, yeah, put the beat down on The Miz, Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, John Morrison.
Came
in like a freight train.
I'm not a fan. He'll go out like a feather. I'm not a fan of Lars Sullivan because he's almost up there with about as being as big a piece of shit as Alberto Del Rio, in my opinion.
He's got a piece of shit.
I also don't understand how you can do the things you did and still have a job. But the main event, Kevin Owens, The Fiend. The first time The Fiend has actually wrestled on SmackDown.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
Also going to be the last time because Monday night,
he's going. Yeah, he's going.
But it was good for what it was.
What if they draft Bray Wyatt and SmackDown drafts The Fiend?
Me and Maximus talked about this on our I thought that's how they were going to do it last year. But Kevin Owens gets the mandible put on him, hits Fiend with a stunner. Fiend keeps it locked in, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was straight cut to the point because I think they're going to continue that on Raw and they didn't want to give too much away.
Yep. Guys, that is our week in review. We're running short on time. We've got to get to this draft video, so please let us know what you thought about this week in wrestling. Let us know important stuff that we might have missed or some of your favorite moments. Send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/prowrestlingthrowdown. Like, subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. And like we said, the draft review is coming up right now.